Anna here. I'm so excited to have you guys join me today for this hip opening sequence. So kind of a shortened sequence. This is a great one to do after like another workout, like a run or a ride. Also great to just do on its own if you've been sitting in a chair all day or just feeling like your hips are really tight. So with that said, let's get started. I want to start today in child's pose. So go ahead and come down onto your mat and start to make yourself comfortable. Bring your knees out nice and wide, feet to touch behind you, and then stretch the hands out in front of you, palms flat to the ground, and relax the forehead down to your mat. And deepen the breath. Good. Inhales through the nose. Maybe you want to take a few open mouth exhales. Just releasing some stale air. And then seal your lips. Start to take your inhalations and exhalations out of the nose. Get a few more rounds of breath here in your cat cow, or in your child's pose, sorry. Mind is wandering already. So start to just bring your focus here on the mat. I'm saying that to myself as much as anyone else. Good, 2 more rounds of breath here in your child's pose. Feeling nice and centered. And then start to gently make your way up onto the mat. And from there, coming into your downward facing dog. So from your downward facing dog, maybe you like to go ahead and pedal it out. I'm always like a big pedaler. Or just stillness works here too, starting to melt the heels back down towards the earth. And breathing, we're gonna stay here for 5 full rounds of breath in our downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Good, keep it going, in and out the nose. Good, yogis. On the next inhale, I want you to sweep your right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, send the heel towards the glute. Get that nice hip opening action here. Stay for another full round of breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Good, send the right leg back down towards the mat. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, send the heel towards the glute. Little scorpion dog here. And stay for another full round of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. That foot comes back down to the mat. Take another full round of breath here in your downward facing dog. Good, and then again, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step it through low lunge. Tap the left knee down onto the mat. Inhale, crescent moon, kneeling crescent. You're lunging in, and we're gonna be here for a few breaths. So I like to bring my palms onto my front thigh, really sink into this, find that good opening there in that left front hip flexor. Good, another breath here in this position. Good, and then inhale, sweep the right arm high, or both arms high, and exhale, take a little side bend to your right here. Good, back to center, breath in, and exhale, take a little back bend. Nice and gentle, it's early in class. Inhale, and then exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, take a halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, rise high. Stay for a round of breath in and out. Good, sip of air in as the arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold, come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a high plank, hinge forward. Take your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Good, yogis. Left side, inhale, leg high. Exhale, sweep it forward, low lunge. Right knee taps down. Inhale, find your crescent moon on this side, our kneeling crescent. Again, if you took this variation on the other side like me, where you bring your palms to your front thigh, go ahead and take that here and sink on in. Deep Ujjayi breaths. Inhale, bring the arms back in the air, and then exhale, take a little side bend here to your left. Using your breath to come deeper, and then inhale, arms come back up, and take a little back bend on the exhale. Inhale back to center, arms reach high. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, lift halfway, reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose. Stay for a breath. Round in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, reset. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, hinge forward, take your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can always modify these or just hold a high plank too. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Good, my friends. We're gonna do another round like that, linking breath to movement. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, heel to glute. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, step the foot through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, crescent moon, sorry. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose. Just one breath, and exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Take your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, take a downward facing dog. Good, yogis. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, heel to glute. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon, arms high. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale to center, and exhale, take a back bend, nice and gentle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward, front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose all the way up, friends. And exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, plant the hands. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the nose, let it go. Good, yogis. Inhale, gaze forward, top of your space. Exhale, step, hop, float, however you get there, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink nice and low in your chair. And take some deep breaths here. Good, another full breath in. Full breath out, sink a little lower. Good, my friends. On the inhale, lift your right leg high, and exhale, figure four chair. So sink nice and low here. You can actually stay upright if that's more comfortable, but if you feel a little more sensation on the outside of your hip here, or however you want, I kind of like to bring my elbows to that arch of my foot here and my knee. So whatever's working for you, breathe through it. Good, another full breath in, full breath out. Good, yogis. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw the gaze forward, inhale, and exhale, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good, sink a little lower, yes you can. Another full round of breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose, sink. On the inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, figure four chair. So take the same variation you did on the first side. If you stayed upright, stay upright. If you came forward to rest your elbows on the arch of your foot and your knee, take that variation here and breathe. Ooh, remembering balance is a little different day to day, side to side. Maybe pick something that's not moving to focus on, help you with your balance. Good, another full round of breath here. And then on the inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana to your upward facing dog on the inhale. And the exhale brings you to downward facing dog. So good, yogis. Full round of breath here. Good. So now I want you to come down onto your mat for a little frog squat, yogi frog squat. So this might look different in different bodies. So this is our yogi frog squat. And know that if you're not kind of coming down, or this is a little bit painful at first, that's okay. As your hips are starting to get more open, you can use a block underneath your booty. You can use something underneath your heels to give you a little lift. Or just sink into this at whatever level you are, knowing that you're just where you should be. Thinking about bringing the crown of the head up and sending the tailbone down towards the earth. And I really like to use that leverage, push my palms together and use my triceps to push out my inner knees. Get even more hip opening here. That is breathing here into your frog squat. Such a nice, good hip opening posture. And just meet yourself where you are here, no judgment. One more full round of breath here in your yogi frog squat, please. Good, my friends. And then go ahead and release down onto the mat. I want you to come onto your back. We are going to take a supine figure four. So kind of like the chair figure four we did already standing, but this time we're on our back. So you can start with your right or left side. I'll start with my right. Bring your ankle over your left thigh. Good. And then clasp your hands behind your left thigh and pull in. Again, I use this arm to push my knee out a little bit to kind of get that leverage here, even more hip opening. So this free foot can be kind of active, flexed if you like. And using your breath, take an inhale, and then on the exhale, just pull gently on the back of your left thigh, pulling in just a little deeper. You got it. Good, my friends. Another full breath here in your supine figure four. Good. And then I want you to release that leg with your hands and let the right foot, the sole of the right foot, go ahead and drop onto the floor. We'll take a little side stretch together. Shoulders stay planted. Inhale and exhale. Good, roll back to center and then switch sides out. So my left side is on top here, ankle on top of the front thigh. And go ahead and take your clasp. And take that variation you did on the other side. Keep the free foot flexed and a little active. And again, use your breath. Deep inhales. And then exhales to pull your knee in closer to your chest. Good. Good, full round of breath in and out. Good, go ahead and release the back of the thigh and then let the left sole of the foot drop to the floor. Just a gentle side stretch here. Shoulders stay on the earth, inhale, and exhale, twist. You can give a gentle pull on the thigh on top. Another round of breath. Good, go ahead and release back to center. Take the back of your thighs and rock and roll yourself up to a seat. Our next hip opening move here is going to be Gomukhasana. I love this posture. So again, this kind of like our yogi frog squat and all of our deep hip opening postures is going to look different on different bodies, and that's fine. Again, meet yourself where you are. If you have a yoga block, again, this is a great spot for a block underneath you if you're not making contact on the ground with your sits bones. So the idea with Gomukhasana is that we are stacking our joints. So our knee is right on top, our top knee is right on top of our bottom knee. The knife edges of our feet are here on the earth, and our sits bones are rooted onto the ground. So if that's not happening for you, go ahead and place something underneath you. If you don't have a yoga block, like a pillow, anything really works here. There's no right or wrong, there's no rules here. Good. So this is the Gomukhasana leg variation. If you'd like to take the arm variation, go ahead and sweep your top arm up, same arm as leg is on top. Go ahead and take a gentle clasp behind you. Again, if this clasp isn't working, if this bind is not accessible to you, no worries. You can use a strap or a towel, or you can just let your hands kind of free float behind you. If you're not making that clasp, that's okay. Just meet yourself where you are. Gentle words of encouragement to ourselves always. Maybe soften your gaze. You can close your eyes if you like. So again, options here in Gomukhasana. Feel free to stay upright. If you like to start to hinge forward, if that helps you feel something different, a different level of hip opening, you can start to do that. Make sure your sits bones stay rooted down onto the earth here if you are coming forward. Using your Ujjayi breath in and out the nose. Good, then if you're bent forward, gently start to come back up. You can release the arm bind if you have it. Maybe roll the shoulders out, roll the neck out. Good, time to move on to our next side. So a fun way to get into the opposite sides, kind of one of my fun, stupid human tricks, you just stand up and then go ahead and spin around. Your opposite knee will now be on top. And if that did not happen for you, just switch out sides. You didn't have to get fancy. And again, knee stacks on knee. And the knife edges of the feet are here, rooted on the earth. Our sits bones are connecting to the mat. Good. And again, this is gonna look different on everybody. So if maybe you have a block underneath your booty, maybe one of your knees is way up like this. Maybe your right and left side are different, that's fine. Just breathe into it. No self-judgment here. If you did take the arm variation on the first side, go ahead and move into that on the second side. And knowing that that may feel different from side to side as well. Like my right shoulder is way tighter than my left, so this is actually harder for me to get into the arm variation on this side. But you just breathe into it, sending your fresh oxygenated breath to those tight spots. Visualize that healing breath going to that area that you need open. Good, again, option to stay upright here. with or without the arm variation, and then option to bend forward. If you did on the first side, please try it here. Always want to even ourselves out from our right to left side. And again, deep Ujjayi breaths here. Okay, gently start to come back up. Go ahead and release your arm variation if you have it. You can roll the shoulders out. Maybe take a little neck roll back and forth. And finally, releasing the legs here. So after Gomukhasana, I like to take these little knee jabs up and down onto the mat, kind of letting some blood flow back through where we just cut it off. Good, yogis. So from there, I want you to rock and roll up. However you want to get there, actually, is fine. Come back to a downward facing dog. Good. One more standing set of postures, and then I'm going to get you down on your mat for the rest of the class. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose, or the mouth if you want to release a little heat. Good. Another full breath in downward facing dog, feeling that nice opening all along the back side of the legs, hamstrings, calves. Feels so good. Good, yogis. And then I want you to lift your right leg high on the inhale and exhale, step through low lunge. Inhale, high lunge or crescent lunge here. Good. Take a deep breath in and out. Sink a little lower. Make sure your hips are square towards the front. Your back heel is lifting off of the ground. And another full round of breath. Good. Inhale, bring the palms to touch, and then take just a gentle side stretch to the right. Good. Feeling something here in that hip flexor. Feel it opening up. And then inhale back to center, release the hands, and exhale, warrior two. Adjust the feet as needed, so our front heel bisects the back arch. Arms are out, core is engaged here. Seal the navel to the spine, draw your gaze over your fingertips. And maybe that thigh starts to come parallel, the knee stacks over the ankle. Good, another full round of breath here in your warrior two. On the next inhale, sweep the arms high, star pose. Heels are in, toes are out. And then exhale, come down. This is your horse pose. Good, so starting to sink. I like to bring my hands to my inner thighs for this first round. I want to take a few shoulder dips together on this side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, tall head. Exhale, dip the right shoulder down. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, dip the opposite shoulder down. Inhale up, two more on each side with your breath. Good, friends. And then meet me here in your low horse. Sink it down. Good. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up, find your star pose. Exhale, come into your warrior two again. Inhale, reverse warrior, take it back. And exhale, wash it out, take a vinyasa. Good, move through your chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Before we move on to our left side, I want to take a prone frog. So another great hip opener, can be kind of an intense posture. You're going to come down onto your mat. So you want your knees to come out as wide as possible. So again, that's going to look different for everybody. Some people might be totally flat down on the mat, and you want your calves, your whole lower leg here to be an extension. You want the knee and ankle in line, feet are flexed and active. So start to come down. If this is comfortable on your forearms, you can come down here. Or you might be totally flat onto the earth. Maybe you want some blocks underneath your elbows, or you just want to stay upright on your hands, depending on the level of hip openness you have, how much sensation you need right here. Good, breathing here in our prone frog position. Good, wherever you are here, take one more full round of breath, please. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then gently start to walk your way up, coming out of your prone frog, just nice and gentle. Good, and then make your way back to a downward facing dog, however you want to get there. I want you to take a full breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose, please. On the next inhale, sweep the left leg high, and then exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise all the way up, find your high lunge, Anjayanasana, most high lunge. And then make sure your hips are square towards the front knee over front ankle, and the back heel is lifted. Arms come high in the air, seal the navel to the spine. Engage the breath. On the next inhale, bring the palms to touch above your head. And then exhale, take that gentle side bend to the left side. Good, find that beautiful stretch here in our hip flexor in the front. Inhale, come back to center. And then on the exhale, open up, warrior two on this side. And so take a moment to adjust your feet here. Knife edge of the back foot sealed down. Front knee over front ankle. Arms come out, engaged. Draw your gaze over the front fingertips and breathe. Good. Another full round of breath, yogis. On the inhale, sweep the arms high, find your star pose, and then exhale, sink down into your horse here. Good, palms stay at the heart. We're gonna take just a few breaths together, and on the exhale, we're gonna sink a little lower every time. So inhale, arms up, exhale, sink it down. 3 more breaths together. And 1 more, sink down and hold here in your low horse. Good, little pulses here. Stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up to star pose. And then exhale, take your warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, draw it back. And exhale, wash it out, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Beautiful job, my friends. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Bring your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. And maybe drop to your back knee here. Take a runner's lunge. Good, so runner's lunge, again, another one of these postures that looks different for everybody. So some people may want to stay upright here. You may even want to keep your back knee lifted off the ground. I like to lower mine down, and actually I like to come down onto my forearms. And sometimes I even like to come onto the knife edge of my front foot and gentle push here on the inside of this knee. I just love that like deep hip opening. It gets me somewhere a little bit different. That can be hard to access. So my whole point here is that there's no right or wrong. It's really about what you want to feel, where you want to feel, how deeply you want to go, how open your hips are already. Good. Using that Ujjayi breath. Good, and then another favorite thing of mine to do in your runner's lunge is to go ahead and reach back and get a quad stretch. This just feels amazing. Highly recommend the quad stretch. Good, so I just reach back with my right arm, grab the left foot, and send it in towards your glutes. And breathe. So nice, friends. Go ahead and release that quad stretch. And then from here, we're gonna move right into our half pigeon on this side. So go ahead and toe heel the foot all the way to the left edge of the mat, and then bring your right knee forward. So again, this is gonna look different on different people. Some people might have a totally parallel front leg, that's great. And some of you might be totally angled in with your heel coming all the way in towards your hips. That's fine too. Good, so peek over your right shoulder. Make sure your left foot is straight, strong. Just an extension there on the ankle, nice and straight. Again, you can stay upright or start to fold forward into your sleeping pigeon. And knowing that if this, for any reason, causes pain in your joints, you're more than welcome to take a nice long supine figure 4. If you're really in the mood for like a full pigeon today, fire log pose, feel free to do that. Otherwise, settle in here. Take this nice long half pigeon for yourself. On this side, we store so much in our hips. This release is incredibly important. And you can even pause the video if you want like a 3-minute half pigeon or something like that. I'm in total support of that. We aren't gonna hold it that long in this video, but know that that is an option. Always make this your practice. Good, yogis. If you're ready to come on up, start to make your way back up. And then nice and gently come back into your downward facing dog. I like to take a couple petals out here after holding that. Get some fresh oxygenated blood flowing back through that hip joint. You can even take like little circles here, whatever movement you want. Open the hip back up. Stretch the leg out and come on back to your downward facing dog. It's time to move on to our left side. Inhale, sweep the leg high. Exhale, step the foot forward to the left edge of the mat. I like to come down onto my back knee. So again, here's your runner's lunge, and you know what variation you took on the first side. So just go ahead and move right into that. Maybe your forearms are down. If you did take some of these motions where you're pushing on the inside of the knee, if you did that on the first side, always even yourself out. Always take the same variations between the right and left side, but also knowing that the right and left side might feel really different. Our lives are not symmetrical. We use our right and left side differently. Our bodies are not naturally symmetrical on the inside, so knowing that different feeling from right to left side, totally normal. Good, sinking in here, really using your breath. Good, and then time for that quad stretch. If you took that on your first side, go ahead and even yourself out. So reach that left arm back, snag the right foot. And again, so if this isn't like accessible, if you cannot reach the foot, know that tools here are great. So if you have a yoga strap, this is a time where you can take that loop and stick it around your foot and then kind of pull forward on the strap. Good, friends. Pull around a breath. Go ahead and release the quad stretch. Good. And then come back up. Start to toe heel the foot out to the edge of the mat. And we're going to set up for our half pigeon. So again, knowing that this shin may be parallel to the front of the mat, that's great. If not, and your ankle is more down towards your hip, that's fine. Maybe point the toes there. Peek over the left shoulder. It'll help square your hip to the earth. Make sure the right leg is nice and straight. Option to stay upright or start to sink forward into your sleeping pigeon here. Deep Ujjayi breaths. Melt into it, relax. Just take a little pigeon nap here. Again, knowing that if you want to go ahead and pause this video and take a super long half pigeon, I do not blame you. This is like my favorite posture ever. I could stay in it for a long time and be really happy about it. So get what you need. Good if you came out a little sooner on the other side and you're feeling nice and even now and you're ready. Gently make your way back up, waken back up. And however you want to get there, move nice and slowly into your downward facing dog. And again, take some of those motions, get that fresh blood flowing back through the hip joint. Any sort of movements you like here. Good, yogis, and then come down onto your mat. I want to close out this beautiful hip opening practice with the Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of our feet will seal together and your knees are going to fall out nice and wide on your mat. Bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Go ahead and close your eyes here. And take some nice deep breaths. Good. Grateful for this practice, for these bodies, for the ability to meet ourselves here on the mat. Such a healing practice. Yoga is medicine. Knowing that this hip opening is so important for everything else we do in life. So whether it's other sports that keep you active, or if you're sitting in an office chair a lot during the day, maybe you're driving a lot, anything like that, we all need a lot of hip opening. We store so much emotion, so many memories in our hips. And again, feel free to go ahead and end this video and take a nice long savasana for yourself. You can take some little side twists to close it out or whatever you like here. This is your practice. And maybe you want to close out with a happy baby pose. Since your hips are nice and open, you can grab the soles of your feet and pull the knees down in towards your armpits. Good, and breathing here. And then go ahead and release the feet. If you're ready to close out practice, roll yourself back up to a seat. Palms come to heart. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this hip opening. Go be great and have a wonderful day. Namaste.